There is a voice in American cinema that has echoed across more than 50 years of film. It's deep, measured, and calm. So unique that the moment you hear it, something in your chest goes still. It has transformed ordinary cowboys into legends, turned quiet farewells into poetry, and captured the essence of a time gone by. This voice almost never existed. For nearly 2 decades, Sam Elliott was the man Hollywood kept almost choosing. The familiar face they couldn't quite place, the name that left casting directors' rooms empty while safer bets were given roles that should have been his. But Sam wasn't a star forged overnight. He was built slowly, like the canyons he would later portray, through pressure, erosion, and an almost stubborn refusal to disappear. His story is one of persistence and quiet strength, shaped by wounds that never fully healed and battles no one ever saw. A childhood defined by silence. Sam Elliott was born on August 9, 1944, in Sacramento, California. His early years were spent in a city that was practical and ordinary, far removed from the rugged wilderness that would later define his iconic image. His father, Henry Nelson Elliott, worked for the California Department of Fish and Game. Practical and stoic, Henry was the embodiment of the post-war American male, structured, dependable, and emotionally distant. His mother, Glenn Mai Sudtor, was quieter and warmer, providing a steady love that held the family together. However, beneath the surface of this ordinary upbringing, there was an extraordinary silence between Sam and his father. Henry was not cruel, but he was emotionally absent. He didn't offer approval, and for a boy already restless, longing for recognition, this silence shaped a wound that would take years to understand. Moving to Portland, a search for belonging. When Sam was 13, his family moved to Portland, Oregon, a city of rain and quiet reserve. For a teenager struggling to find himself, the move only deepened his sense of not belonging. He was tall and awkward, with features too strong for a boy, but not yet understood as remarkable for a man. School offered no refuge. He had no titles, no recognition, and no place to stand out. However, amidst the dissonance of adolescence, Sam found solace in nature. The Oregon wilderness, with its sprawling hills and quiet trails, became a refuge where the noise of expectations fell away, and Sam could settle into himself. Nature didn't ask him to be anything he wasn't. It was here, in the silence of the mountains, that Sam Elliott began to understand who he was meant to be. Discovering a calling, the early struggle. Sam's calling wasn't something he identified as such at the time. It was an organic discovery, something that came alive within him while watching westerns and feeling a sense of connection to the performances on screen. He didn't view acting as an escape. It was the first honest reflection of his life. But his father, Henry, couldn't see it that way. Sam's desire to act was met with quiet disapproval. Henry believed in a practical life, one built on hard work and tangible results. Acting, in his eyes, was a frivolous pursuit. Their conversation about Sam's future was unrecorded, but its shape was clear. A son seeking approval, and a father unable to offer it. This silence between them became one of Sam's defining struggles. He left for Clark College in Vancouver, Washington, hoping to find a sense of peace in the smaller, quieter surroundings, but the pull of acting never left him. Sam couldn't ignore the call to something bigger. The Almosts, a decade of waiting. The 1970s were defined by a sense of almost. Sam had been close to fame many times, small roles, fleeting moments of recognition, but never quite enough to break through. He was part of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969, but his role as a card player was so small that few even noticed him. He was there, in the frame with legends like Robert Redford and Paul Newman, yet he wasn't allowed to sit beside them. Hollywood didn't have a place for Sam Elliott at the time. He was too authentically masculine for the era's heroes, who were often conflicted or self-aware. Sam wasn't searching for himself. He had already found who he was. He didn't fit into the categories that Hollywood had carved out for actors. So he kept working, taking what roles came his way, staying true to his craft, and quietly preparing for the moment when the world would finally stop long enough to notice him. The breakthrough, a quiet moment of glory. In 1976, Sam Elliott received his first leading role in Lifeguard, a modest film about a man confronting the quiet panic of a life that hadn't turned out the way he had imagined. The role of Rick Carlson, a middle-aged lifeguard, was remarkably close to Sam's own experience at the time, a man still waiting for something significant to happen. The film didn't turn him into a star, but it marked a turning point. Sam had proved, not through grand gestures, but through quiet persistence, that he could carry a role. While the film didn't make a major impact at the box office, it was significant in ways that critics and audiences didn't immediately recognize. It was a testament to Sam's ability to remain authentic to himself, even when the world around him seemed to offer little reward for doing so. The road to iconic status. Sam Elliott's rise to fame wasn't a rapid ascent, but a slow, steady build. Over the years, he continued to land roles in television and film, and his distinct voice and rugged charm gradually gained recognition. He was often cast in westerns, roles that seemed to suit his look and demeanor perfectly. By the time he starred in The Big Lebowski and Roadhouse, he had become one of the most recognizable actors in Hollywood. The mustache, the deep voice, and the quiet intensity became part of his legendary persona. Sam didn't chase fame. He let it come to him on his terms, refusing to compromise his authenticity. What many didn't know was that it had taken him more than 20 years to get there. Years of rejection, perseverance, and the refusal to leave. The world had finally stopped long enough to recognize Sam Elliott for the icon he had become. Sam Elliott's legacy, a life built on persistence. Sam Elliott's journey is a testament to the power of persistence. It was not about being the flashiest or most charming. It was about staying true to oneself, no matter the obstacles. His career wasn't handed to him, nor was it the result of a dramatic breakthrough. Instead, it was built on years of hard work, rejection, and a quiet, unwavering belief in his own worth. Sam's legacy isn't just about the iconic voice or the mustache. It's about the man who refused to leave when Hollywood almost forgot him. In the end, his persistence paid off, and the world stopped to recognize what had been there all along: a true legend.